Hey everybody, what is going on? This is Sean. Welcome back to my channel. This is the fourth video that I'm making today. I have a lot of Shield videos that I'm uploading. Getting a lot of subscribers that are interested in seeing how a ballistic shield works. Guys and gals, this is my passion. Tactics, mindset, gun handling, marksmanship. That's my hobby. That's like my livelihood. And I like sharing my experiences with everybody. So I do have a couple more videos that relate to the Shield coming up, and tons of more YouTube short videos. I just want to get this out of the way real quick. A lot of the Shield videos that I'm showing, obviously your lower torso, your extremities, your vitals, vital organs are exposed. In particular, your femoral artery is definitely exposed. You could definitely get a longer shield, but you're looking at more price. If you want a shield that covers your femoral arteries and covers more of the width of your body, that is 14 pounds, you're looking at an easy, with shipping and handling, a $10,000 shield. $10,000 shield with no guarantee that the distributor is going to ship a shield out to somebody who's not law enforcement. Yeah, almost $10,000. There's a huge trade-off. Now, if you want something that is rifle rated, that goes down your knees, that's more affordable, I put that in quotation marks, you're looking, that's probably US made. That is about 40 pounds. You're looking at, ballpark figure, about $5,000, maybe $4,000, but you're looking at something that is super heavy, that defeats the whole purpose of rapid deployment. The whole purpose of rapid deployment is you get seen to the rapidly evolving situation as fast as you can. You're not going to be able to do that with a 40-pound shield. And most private security officers do not have the budget to be buying a $10,000 shield, let alone a $5,000 shield. So that's one of the reasons why I'm making this video. And then there's not really any competitors. Okay, onward. So today's topic is, should women work in private security? I have almost no female subscribers on this channel, probably because of the things that we talk about, like politics and like nonsense, right? And I don't think women want to hear too much about that. There is, I want to say, less than 10% of our subscriber base is females. But, you know, you really don't know if somebody's a female or not. And if you do, you have to base it on their screen name, which is not really accurate. Otherwise, I have to depend on YouTube analytics that tell me who's male or female. However, a lot of you probably work with females in a private security related environment. I think the primary concern is, can a female handle herself in a violent situation? And this is what I learned. Even in law enforcement, there are males that you think are manly, they're bold, but they even run away from the eyes or the face of danger. I'm on year 23 in security, law enforcement. I don't remember anymore. Started security in November 1998. And there are quite a bit of males that will take off. The problem with females is that, I want to say, sometimes they try to, I don't want to say prove themselves, it's kind of a harsh word, but maybe assert themselves as being tough. And in those circumstances, they might not ask for backup. Because, hey, you know what? I don't want other people to think that I'm a female, and because I'm a female, I'm scared of situations. And in those circumstances, females they'll engage in more riskier behavior with security work. They might approach situations where they really shouldn't approach situations. Let me see if I'm forgetting anything. I know I'm forgetting a lot of stuff right now. I'm on the road right now. Okay, when you compare the male and female physique, males are generally, most of the time, like 99% of the time, stronger than females. But does that equate to work ethic? And I would say 100% no. Situation when it's already confrontational, whereas the male can assert as much dominance as he has control over in that situation. Now, there's also circumstances where you have like a 350-pound guy who's trying to take on a 150-pound guy. Now, there is there's a huge weight difference, okay? Huge weight difference. And in that circumstance, you know, the 150-pound guy does have a slight disadvantage over the situation, just like the female. But in that circumstance, I think that females generally, maybe even sometimes, do a better job at talking down aggressive males. And I think that's because the mother figure comes out. And when I say mother, I'm not talking about females that have kids. I'm just talking about like females have like a genuine mother instinct in them. Not all of them, right? And for some reason, aggressive males, not all, but I see a good handful, they'll gravitate towards that female and actually listen. And I think the reason why is because females do a better job at listening than males. You know, just because somebody is talking to you and you're hearing them, that doesn't mean that you're listening. There's a huge difference. If you're hearing, you're just hearing noise. You're just hearing human racket. But when you're listening, you're actually listening to that person's intentions, that person's wants, and you could better resolve the situation. So I think because females are better listeners than males, not all circumstances, obviously, that is one tool in their box. Okay. One of my attorneys told me some crazy science that in the ancient wars, I don't know which war they were, they would put the best looking females towards the brains of the military, right? In that battle, or any asset that they want to secure, they put the females near them. And why is them? Now, the good looking females. Why is that? Well, I guess it's a male instinct to protect the females, right? And because of that, they're going to fight a little bit more stronger. Now, that's what was told to me. I don't know if it's a scientific valid or not, but in a way, it does actually kind of sort of make sense. Just more stuff to think about. Now, if you own a security company, you know, it's up to you if you want to put the female at the most dangerous post or the more dangerous post. Personally, I don't fall for that security. I'm sorry, I don't fall for that female. I'm a female vulnerable, I guess, challenge. At least not anymore. So what I would do is I would basically tell this female what the dangers are, what the risk, what are you getting involved in, and I actually do the same thing with the male. This is what you have. You're going to be working by yourself. I could put you maybe at a less busier post, a less dangerous post. Obviously, all security work is dangerous, but that's up to you. And make sure you have the same conversation with males. And one of the reasons is because of the EEOC, anti-discriminatory laws. You have to treat females the same like you treat males. Now, I know that if you're a small security company owner, you have a lot of say-so, and it's hard to prove that you're being discriminatory against females. It's difficult to show that when you're assigning them to less dangerous posts. Once again, when you're a small security company. But that's obviously your choice. I choose the best person for the job. Okay? Let me go through the comments real quick. Oh, okay, we got quite a bit. Mike is here from the Professional Security Journal. Justin Humphreys is here. He says that's sexist. I know some women that are tougher than men. One chick tossed a dude before I even had a chance to. Oh, okay. All right. No, I know what you're saying. So, I work with this female, and you're thinking, oh, she's just a female. Yeah, she's a tough one. She grew up with brothers in the house, right? Maybe about 20 years older than me. I seen her just about body slam a 20-year-old guy. So yeah, no, I know what you're saying there, Justin. All right, Mario says de-escalation is always a strong suit for some of the best female security officers that I've worked with. Oh no, Mario, you used the D word. Mario must be newer to the channel, meaning probably maybe the last year. I could be wrong. I try not to use the D word. I believe that D word is a word that is embraced by politicians. It's an easy way out to explain a situation where law enforcement or even security could have used maybe better sounding judgment. All you have to do, and you even hear kids in high school say, oh, the police or security, they should have de-escalated the situation. Well, what is de-escalate? What does that mean? I just think it's a word that is, it's just abused too much. And the media and the politicians love that word. By not de-escalating, I say that quotation marks, you're putting yourself in a bad situation, because if that word makes it to the jury, like, hey, that security officer did not de-escalate, it's not going to look good for you. And it's like all the jury knows what de-escalate means, because social media just made that word popular. And it basically means something that you should have done that you didn't do. And in court, and that's why we're going to convict you. We're administrative board also. Security administrative board. You didn't de-escalate. Well, they don't tell you what you should have done. They just tell you you should de-escalate the situation. So I like to use the word reduce the intensity of the situation, which is kind of like de-escalate. Sometimes I can't help it, but I just have to say de-escalate. Yeah, there you go. Professional Security Journal. Verbal Judo. So if you guys haven't read this book already, it's called Verbal Judo. It's by the late Dr. George Thompson. I read that book in 1999, and he had multiple versions. I didn't see anywhere in that book where it says de-escalate. And Dr. Thompson is the king of, quote, de-escalation. Why wasn't it in his book? All right. Sorry, Mario. I got off on a tangent. You kind of triggered me there, brother, by using the D word. The Angry Security Guard channel says everything is situational. Some things even badass soldiers would run. Got to use common sense and getting yourself off. However, if not doing it for cover or for concealment, it depends on whatever. Yes. I think he was talking about the shield. So yes, every situation is situational. I think I had some dialogue with the Angry Security Guard channel about the shields in my YouTube short video that I just uploaded. And, we were talking about the vitals. Yeah, definitely the vitals are exposed. But if you can help it, okay, those mini shields are designed for you to go to a lower barrier that acts as cover. So if you have a short cement wall, maybe even a brick. I mean, you got to for the bricks, because there's bricks where rifle rounds will just pass through, and then there's some that are cement filled. But if you could find a short wall, put that shield right on that wall, then you have defense for your lower extremities. Also, oh my goodness, I don't want to do another video on shields, but I'm gonna have to. How to use a mini shield in a vehicle. You can actually get behind some decent cover. You can actually put that shield on the hood of the vehicle, and we do know that rounds skip off of hoods. However, as long as you're behind the shield, you should be decent. There's going to be a way how I'll show you guys. But you have the engine block to cover your your lower extremities. Gavin says, I've worked with a female, not Gavin Newsom, but Gavin Sinclair. Says, I've worked with a female who I would not allow to patrol the post in downtown LA because we were in an area that was populated by wild animals. Raccoons the size of small pit bulls. She used to laugh when I tell her until she had her first experience with a family of them walking up on her. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the people of downtown Los Angeles were a bunch of raccoons the size of small pit bulls, and they were the wild animals. But no, look, I get it. I get it, guys. I'll tell you my secret, like what I'm scared of. But you can't tell nobody. Can't tell nobody. All right, it's spiders. I hate spiders. I do have arachnophobia. So if you put me at a post that has tons of spiders, I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave. I do not do good with spiders. Guys, if you're military, law enforcement, security, never tell anybody your weakness. Why did I just say that? I'm going to have to delete this video now. Professional Security Journal says, all good of trash pandas. Mario says, we were explained that it was the opposite. Females were not sent to the hotspots because everyone would be looking to ensure her safety as opposed to focus on the mission. Oh, yeah, you know what? That makes sense as well. That does make sense, Mario. Unless you're in the Marine Corps, right? I'm just kidding, guys. Oh, man. We could go on this discussion for for a long time. Oh, man. Whew. All right. No, that actually does make sense. I don't know what to think about that, guys. My attorney told me one thing that made sense, and he's a historian, and then what Mario mentioned does actually make a lot of sense. Unless you're in the Air Force, right? Okay. Angry Security Guard Channel says, difference between tactically minded and non-tactical mindset. Not every situation, everyone can stand around or react. Common sense. The Angry Security Guard Channel says, de-escalation is a media-made word. Yep. Did somebody hack into his account? Because he's actually agreeing with something that I'm saying here. I'm just kidding. Yeah, there you go. Conflict resolution, crisis intervention, prevention. All of these words were there before the word de-escalation was invented by the media. Jack Speed Production says actual judo works too. Guys, I've ran into some tough females that can take on men. And I know you have too. I mean, some really, really tough ones. Kind of tomboyish, which is a great thing. But they're tough. Definitely tough. Gracie always, yeah, definitely. The Angry Security Guard Channel says it's not about being tough enough and dealing with conflicts or whatever you said. Mario says, LOL, got it. Professor Security Journal says, now Sean knows how I felt with body armor, right? No, hey, Jack Spade, don't say that. I just told the world you're scared of spiders. Paytar P. Paytar. I wonder, actually, I think that's how they spell it in Europe. Peter. I have an uncle. His name is Peter. Like over here, but in England, not England, but yeah, Europe, it's pronounced Peter. Professor Security Joe says Sean is gonna mag dump. You know what? I have a video in my Ballistic Shield series. I don't know if it's a mag dump, but I'm reluctant to download it because once I do that, I'm gonna have to appeal with YouTube. I mean, it takes like seconds to just press the appeal button, but it's a hassle. Professional Security Journal says G4S does no longer exist in the U.S. No, they were bought out by the devil. I mean, I'm sorry. Bought out by Allied. Allied's not the devil. They're perfect people. And Professional Security Journal, I actually think that G4S is in South Africa, but I think that they sold. I think they sold their business, but they might be still in Europe, and I don't know if that's really how Peter spells his name, but if so, he's probably from Europe. G4S equals allied, right? Jack says male instincts are to protect women down in our rooted DNA. I can see how it may distract. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, like, females make males do the most stupidest things. You think about it, in a relationship, you have you're with this lady, if you're a male or even female. Well, let's just say you're a male, all intents and purposes. You're a male, you're with this female, and she has an ex-boyfriend. It's almost like human nature. Social media pushes us, the movies, mass media pushes us to want to fight your current girlfriend's ex-boyfriend or ex-husband, which is just stupid. It's ridiculous and stupid. The proper thing to do is, when you see this person, is not want to hit them. It's to shake their hand and to greet this person. Okay, no matter how bad this person may have treated the significant other, because there's always two sides story. Just shake that person's hand and move on. Okay, be a good sport at this. But it's like females, they have like a magical wand that creates like animosity between other males. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Going through the comments. The Angry Security Guard channel says, I always agree when things are true. Terms still used. Depends on where, when works contract. Yep. There you go. Peter says German. German, actually, my family is, I think, they're in Belgium and the Netherlands. So we're borders. That's why I recognize that name. He's from Balkan. I guess that's near Germany. See? Professional Security Journal says, laughing my ass off, devil, that got me. Yep. Women are the devil in disguise. Pater says, shoplifting here is criminal above $50. Oh, hey, check this out. Californians. So, hey, Pater, in California, which is a state in the United States, it used to be if you stole anything over $450, I think, that it's called grand theft, that you can technically go to prison for something like that. Then they changed it. The Democrats changed it to $950. So anything over $950 becomes a felony. So basically steal all the way up to $950 in California, and you're not going to be booked, obviously depending on where you're located. Doug. Hey, Doug. Doug is here. Always good to see Doug here. Angry Security Guard channel says, technically stealing a pack of gum is a criminal offense. I'm confused on that. So I can steal things under $50 and not be charged at all. Difference is misdemeanor and felony charges them out. So Angry Security Guard channel lives in, I want to say in a free world, the free United States, where it's a crime to commit a crime. You could still go to jail for committing a crime. So the way it works is any amount under $450, wait a minute, under $950 in California is a misdemeanor. So that means it's punishable under a year in county jail. And many law enforcement agencies have a cite out policy, a cite and release policy. If it's a misdemeanor, depending on the offense, you get a cite and release. Basically, you get a ticket. It's kind of like a traffic ticket. You just have to appear on a later date. But if you're convicted, you can be sent to county jail. Does that make sense? Jack Spade Production says, so many men try to fight over to impress women. It happens sometimes in work environments. Some women can soothe a man just by being there as they become flirtatious when a pretty woman walks up. I I definitely agree with what you're saying, for sure. Um, it's just saying, like, you're fighting to impress a woman. And actually, I mean, I'm not a woman. I don't identify as a woman, but I think women are more impressed by a man's ability to resolve a situation by the gift of gabble, just by talking his way out of a situation. Just standing bold, right? Not having shrunken in shoulders, not posturing backwards, but standing upright, looking that person square in the eye, and attempting to resolve the situation in a nonviolent way, and preferably with the shaking of hands. I think that's what women prefer over some man beating some other man up. Now, I'm not a woman. If you're a woman watching this, or you identify as a woman, let us know. Mario Castillo says, by the way, the new changes to BSI's firearms training expectations, you to explain de-escalation and interpersonal communication. No, you're right. You are right. And BSIS, they overuse the word de-escalation. However, as BSIS instructors, by the way, BSIS stands for the Bureau of Security Investigative Services. They're the regulatory arm for private security professionals. BSIS instructors can teach the guard card courses and any other, most other guard-related courses, as long as it's not a weapon course, as long as it's not a baton or firearm course. In that circumstance, they would need special instructor permits. But you're going to have to learn de-escalation and interpersonal communication and be able to teach that. Okay, whether you want to call it verbal judo or de-escalation, that's what they clearly state. So thank you so much, Mario. Peter Pater says Balkan is a geographic area. Yep, for sure. Pater says here in Serbia, average salary is $500. So $50 thief is a big one. Oh, you're in Serbia. Oh, okay. Okay. What the? Average salary is $500? Wow. So $50 is, yeah, man. Oh, wow. That is so cool, guys and gals, that we have somebody from Europe. That is so awesome. The professional security journalists identify as the G18. Glock 18. Hey, thanks. So I'm subscribed Instagram to Mike's channel. By the way, I'm on Instagram under The Firearms Trainer. I'm subscribed to one of Mike's channels, and the founder of Glock passed away today. I didn't even know his last name was Glock. That is so cool. Imagine your last name's Glock. That's assuming you like Glock. I'm not a Glock fanboy. Maybe if my last name was Staccato, I would love that. But yeah, that is a cool name. And the crazy thing is, this guy was hidden in back of the spotlight all these years. I didn't know that's his name. I didn't even know he existed. That's cool. Not that he died, but I think that's very humble to remain in back of the spotlight like 90-something years, even though you are an awesome inventor. So may he rest in peace. Jack says, identifies a SEAL. I'm a soldier trapped in a civilian body. Oh, man. All right, guys. I'm out, man. Comment below in the